and their sights set on reaching the Europa League group stages for the first time in 7 seasons. There is the man charged with the task of taking on Tottenham tonight, Haifaa, in his first season in charge of Maccabi Haifa. 3 wins from 3 in qualifying so far, with a couple of victories in the Israel Premier League, in which they have finished as runners-up in each of the last 2 seasons. Haifaa, in his first season in charge, having only replaced Maccabit in July. Major opportunity for Tottenham. 6 more group games can be added to the diary if they prevail tonight. We'll get it back again, forward from full-back, and it just needed a touch in the middle from the captain. That didn't take long.
And we talked about the fact that he's created so much this season, dropping into that 10th position. But when that ball goes wide, he doesn't hang about, he attacks that 6-yard box. And it's a brilliant delivery in there, and no surprise he puts it away. What a start for Tottenham. The frustration more than anything for the visiting team is you want to start well, keep it tight for the opening period, but Tottenham have got in far too easy in that wide area, and the delivery by Davies is spot on. It really is. You have to argue those centre-backs in that near post area. It's too easy for that ball to get into that corridor.
Well, he's already Tottenham's record European goal scorer.
And him to play.
As he's playing it forward again, and there is an opportunity here, maybe. Joe Hart called into action, almost the instant response, and he made a really decent stop to deny Sharon Sherrick.
And he needed to. That's far too easy.
Tottenham bleaching of Ben Davies. Lucas Moura has turned into a little bit of...
We talked about the visitors just need to settle down after conceding so early, but even Tottenham really looking after the ball well to attack.
Did well to get on the end of that one. Did Lo Celso. He didn't quite have his angles right with the finish. Was in a perfect position to profit, and just fluffed his lines really right at the end.
Well, he's well within his rights to take the strike on. It's a great run from that 10 position. Harry Kane goes short, just drags the centre half out. Lo Celso made
the furthest forward from fullback here. He has primarily been playing as a fullback, finding Lucas Moura. He's going to take the shot on. Well, it was straight down the throat, really, of Josh Cohen. He still made a little bit of a meal of holding on to it, the American goalkeeper. Aziza, he too has been dispossessed. Bergwijn taking over. Also continued his run, still with Stephen Bergwijn. Again, the goalkeeper couldn't hold it, with Harry Kane trying to follow up. Gets there in the end, does Josh Cohen.
It's a great run by Harry Kane initially, just to take those defenders away, to create that space for Bergwijn.
At least to be involved in. Maccabi Haifa continuing to ask some significant questions here, and that was only a whisker away. Caught it so sweetly.
That's brilliant playing in around.
Away by Davinson Sanchez to Mabuka. Sherry trying to pick up the pieces here, and again goes for the spectacular, and it's stunning. They've been given a little warning moments earlier, but Tottenham pegged back here by the brilliant effort from distance. Sharon Sherry finding something special to beat Joe Hart, and we're all square at 1-1.
Incredible strike, it really is. And that's the 3rd one from distance that Joe Hart has faced. The first one he saves, the second one just bends past the far post, but this one gives him no chance. And again, too much space in that 10 area to get his head up. There's 5 Tottenham shirts in and around him, yet he can settle the ball, turn, have a little look about what's his options, and still has time to get his head down and make the strike. Joe Hart, and certainly Mourinho, must be furious with that. Take nothing away from the strike, that is sensational.
Wonderful hit, wasn't it? Back.
But that is a concern about the balance in that midfield unit, that the opposition find it so easy to play.
There's Bergwijn. Kane having found him. Habashi with a challenge, sticking to his task. The heart of the Maccabi defence there. The corner kick that will follow. And it goes from Bergwijn, flicked on and in, and Tottenham back on top already. Lucas Moura swiftly restoring the Spurs lead. Simple as that from the set piece.
No, it's a great set piece, it really is. The concern is how static Maccabit are in terms of zonal marking. Everyone's just standing on their heels. More attacks across the front, the delivery's right, but there was options at the back post with Doherty. Harry Kane had a running jump against those static defenders, so it's no surprise that they have conceded. But Mora starts in that central position, attacks initially to draw the near post guy out of the position, ducks then underneath him, picks up the fight brilliantly, and it's a great header.
Second goal in successive starts for Lucas Moura, who was also on target here at the weekend. Harry Winks spreading it wider for Lucas Moura. Looking for the run of Bergwijn here, who in turn just runs out of room. Kane, if he can get a toe to it. He did, as did Hіghlіghts, and now Lo Celso. This is Doherty. Does have white shirts to try and pick out in the middle. Lucas Moura wouldn't quite fall for the shot initially. It does now for Lo Celso, and Tottenham have that 2-goal cushion they were hoping for. Took it really smartly. Giovanni Lo Celso as Spurs make their pressure pay, and Jose takes a sigh of relief on the sidelines.
Yeah, the Tottenham really flex their muscles in and around that box. The quality of the finish, and it's there again. Initially the ball comes in, Doherty that right-hand side. Gets his head up, floats a lovely ball, and Moura gets a great header, looks like it's goal bound, but it gets blocked. But Tottenham keep it alive. The ball falls to Lo Celso, that's a brilliant left-footed finish, it really is. Goalkeeper, no chance.
His first goal since January, which came in the FA Cup replay win here against Middlesbrough.
I know we're only in the first half, but it's another example.
8 in his last 6 matches coming into this. But here goes Harry Kane, the man who started the scoring. Slipping in Lo Celso once more, and he scored once more. It's the second goal for Giovanni Lo Celso in a matter of minutes. And Tottenham racing towards the group stages of the Europa League before this first half is even finished.
We talked about the challenge of the likes of Gareth Bale coming in and that second line of attack not being amongst the goals. Lamela gets his goal against Chelsea. Looks Moura, Lo Celso now as well. And is it no surprise that it's Harry Kane with another assist? And people talk about him being a classic number 9, but when he drops deep into that 10, the timing, the release of that pass was spot on. Initially when it breaks to him, you're thinking he's going to drive for goal himself. He's assessing the situation, gets his head up, way the path is perfect, recovering defender can't get to it, goalkeeper can't come out to smother it. It's a lovely dink finish.
Well, he'd only scored 2 goals for Tottenham before tonight, Giovanni. One of those that has come through the ranks, a number of them in the first team squad. The youth system has been fairly prolific in Haifaa. They've worked this well for Haziza, appealing for the penalty, getting the penalty. Referee in no doubt points straight to the spot.
Matt Doherty's talking about that penalty that was given against him at Southampton.
And it's a really coolly taken penalty right into the corner. And a little bit of hope for Maccabi Haifa, just the start to the second half that he and they were hoping for. The top scorer not going to miss from there.
That's a comfortable penalty, it really is. Joe Hart's using all his experience to try and play a few mind games with him, but it's composure, to be perfectly honest. Knows Joe commits to his left-hand side and just slots it on the opposite side.
Skipper for the night for Spurs. Harry Kane makes it 5-2. And they trade penalties at the start of the second half. Both equally dubious maybe in their award, but both clinically dispatched.
Well, that man there, Harry Kane, he can take a penalty any way you like. Top corners, bottom corners, down the middle. Must be so difficult for a goalkeeper to try and read his past history in terms of what he likes to do, because he can do it all.
Bashi, and he's left him on the floor here. Bergwijn, options arriving in support in the middle, that for the hat-trick. And that'll do it surely. Spurs have 6, and Harry Kane has half of them. The man who started the scoring in just the second minute has surely put Spurs out of sight now with that one. Another deft finish in front of... 90 minutes are up into 3 added minutes here. Dele Alli stands over the penalty kick and scores! With a 7th for Spurs in stoppage time, brought on at half-time. Dele Alli does have his say, does add his name to the score sheet. Ali and Spurs celebrate 7-2 now.
Well, talked about Dele Alli in the headlines. He's been over the last few weeks in terms of not being in the squad. And certainly the headlines tomorrow will be that brilliant bit of skill. Yes, it will, there's no doubt about that. But I don't think Marino's...
David Luiz.
Well, both sides have actually looked poor going forward. We've hardly seen anything meaningful yet.
Looks to thread it through, lofted into the middle.